What's up, everyone? Welcome. Good to have you here. Time for some altcoin Elliott wave analysis or whatever you are voting for. Make sure to vote. The link is in the chat, right? I pinned it. If your altcoin is not in the list, please Control F beforehand. Then I will add it to the list. So, Mido, Adam, Gramo, welcome. Good morning. Anyone else have to literally search for the video showed in Discord 5 minutes ago, but just now found it. Interesting. I tagged everyone in Discord, right, in the Koen's content channel. And you should then arrive at this live stream. Yes, I believe. But, anyway. Admin, how are you doing? Welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome, everyone. Dropping in. So, I'll probably repeat this a few times, but just in case you're new with the altcoin analysis streams, in the beginning, what we do is we vote. So I have a very big list in my notes of all sorts of alts and other stuff that I constantly, I add new ones all the time because of what you guys say. And I put it in a list in straw poll. So if your alt is in here, please Control F, right? So just Control F and be like, okay, Ton, and Ton is there. So you can select multiple, vote one time. If your alt is not in the list, then let me know in the YouTube chat and I will add it to the list, in this list as well as my notes, so that next time it's always going to be included in the list. So just so you know. Even stocks are in here as well. NIFTY50, for example, here. So yeah, there's a lot going on. And what I will do is I'll just let this run for a couple of minutes, usually 10, 15, people are dropping in and people are voting. And then we're going to start the analysis. Now, usually we do quite a lot of different alts or, other stuff. So if we go to the previous video, we did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 last time. And here we did about 5, 6. Here we did 7. So yeah, it's usually we're like between 5 and 10, I suppose. Yeah, not too bad. So that's what we're gonna do. So hi again indeed. How you doing, Sam? How are you doing? Hey Sam, now that you've sold your business, right? How's life, right? Like, are you like just waiting for the next opportunity? You're taking it easy, spending some time with friends or family, or you immediately got other stuff going on, or focus on trading, or like where you heading? Adam, YouTube open already. Discord opened its own video player when I clicked. Oh, really? I didn't even know Discord would do something like that. Oh, that's interesting. Oh well, you found your way to YouTube, so that's good. Yoel, welcome. Brian, Boris. A swing sell. That depends on your plan or your strategy, but when we talk about swing trading, which pretty much means holding it for, in my opinion, a week plus, right? Like, or at least multiple days, half a week. You need your own plan or strat, but when looking for swing trades, I mean, we're now at the lower end of this range. Are there swing trades possible towards the short side? Of course, you can always short anywhere, but arguably the potential length is of course significantly less than a swing short in this range here, where the probabilities start, once we started to move down, right? Probability is higher for the C. Now that is interesting, right? Interesting. Those are like great swing short areas. I'm personally not really too interested in looking for bigger swing shorts, but if a day trade short turns into a swing trade you know, I'm happy. But I'm not really planning on very big swing shorts here. A DNPOC is a daily naked point of control, which is a high volume level. And what it means is that of a previous day, so 24 hours of price action, the highest volume traded of that day was at this level. And when the daily candle closed, the following day never retraced back to the point of control of the previous day, which means it then becomes a daily naked point of control. So it is a high volume level, and it's interesting. It acts as support and resistance. So I'm currently keeping an eye on the box I have here and then the box I have up there. And that is with regards to scenarios I have in mind. Definitely. So make sure to vote. We're just waiting for votes to come in, right? So in the chat, it's there, and we'll check the results in a second. Definitely taking it easy. Plan is to travel in the summer until the kids go to school again and then focus on trading. With your trade. Great education course. Yeah, good luck, son. 20 years of 3 to 4 hours per week is now enough. I can imagine. 300 to 400 hours. Yeah, I was like, wait. Yeah, I was like, wait, I was in my head, I was like, wait, what's 7 times 24 here? Like, huh? Must be no sleep. I see. Yeah, I fully understand. Nice that you're gonna travel with the kids as well till they have to go to school. And of course, nice you know, you want to pick up trading. I think it's a great way to earn income, or at least you, like, while learning about trading, you of course also learn about the markets and in a way investing in general. So you know, it's an interesting industry, and can definitely be profitable. So and when you have of course more capital, swing trading becomes interesting. You don't need to day trade all the time. It depends on the personality, but swing trading is very interesting on the higher time frames, of course, with big capital. Vote for near and under. Make sure to vote for BNB. In the end, it is a group effort. So let's see what's going on. Results. This is not the final result. I will I just have a quick look here. So you can select a multiple, right? Wow, actually quite a lot have been and I'll refresh it a couple of times, right? So we're not finished yet. We just wait still. So make sure, if you're here, make sure to vote. We dropped minus 21% in wave 2, and now we dropped from all-time. Just, is it enough to complete a wave 4, or the probability still is still to look more range? Well, the percentage drop, I don't think a percentage drop per se is a great way to analyze, is it a wave 2 or 4, because a wave 2 most commonly is deep, but this one was shallow, right? Now deep would be the 0.5 to 786. So 21% was shallow, but it's not shallow because it's 21%. It's shallow because it only retraced to the 3A2 from an Elliott wave point of view. Now, because wave 2 is shallow, because of the rule of alternation, you would like a wave 4 to be deep, right? Scary, quick. And deep does not necessarily translate into, oh, it has to move down 50%. Right? A zigzag can be a very short, very sharp move down and still result in 27%. But so far, this range that we're in, 73K to 53K, arguably, is quite a sideways structure still. It's slow. B wave is high, hitting the 886 as well. So, of course, I analyze the chart from an Elliott wave point of view. So I don't really look at like a percentage. But if wave 2 is shallow, yeah, you would like to see wave 4 have a deep retracement, but it deep is 382 0.5 for a wave 4, right? Deep for a wave 4 is retracing to the wave 4 of a lower degree, unrelated to how far down that actually is. Boxes are areas of interest. I'll before I start the altcoin, I'll quickly cover what I look for on Bitcoin here. Range value area high, daily point of control. Yeah, it's about finding that confluence. That's good. Daily, if I use SVP, it doesn't show me that the daily input. On which time frame? ATAS. I use ATAS myself. I actually don't know what the SVP is. Is that the volume profile you mean? So one of the tools in TradingView, market sessions and volume profile by Leviathan. This one is also, it's quite okay, but it's still not the same as ATAS. You know, so here we can see a daily here and a daily here, but not one in the middle. If we do this, there we are. So there we have a point of control. So I use ATAS, and in ATAS we have this point of control on the chart. So that is why I have it. ATAS is more accurate than TradingView. That's where I get my levels from. ATAS is free for crypto, by the way. Yeah. Okay. Let's refresh, see what's up. Gonna analyze Bitcoin first for a short second. Make sure to vote. So on Bitcoin, let me first, let me read something to you that I wrote to Silver. So I said, I can't deny, after the analysis that I've done after the previous live stream, I did some more analysis. I said, I can't deny that I'm not yet sold on such a multi 1-2. The diagonal has a very short B/2, also not ideal. So to turn bullish, I need to see more. Flipping the daily support resistance level, right, on a daily time frame. You may have seen it before here on the channel. And the range value area low is a start. Taking 63.8k also helps. For now though, price is pushing up and we have some volume coming in. Cool. For probabilities to increase for the bulls, we want price to move up with volume, bullish CVDs and big candles. The more we range sideways, the higher the likelihood to see a retracement. For the bears, we look for signs of weakness. Personally, I like to see a market structure change, bearish CVD, losing support levels again, etc. Also, Elliott waves is supporting the move down locally. Patience. So, in a nutshell, that's a lot of text. Of course, we have the diagonal, but if this is your 2 or B after a diagonal, it's very short, right? That's a very short wave 2 or B, which is not ideal. So preferably, you then would look for a flat structure. In the most bullish scenario, you have 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. But I'm not yet sold on this scenario because we would need a very big wave 3, very high volume, very impulsive, and it's weekend as well, which generally is not something you see during the weekend. So I'm not yet sold on such a bullish scenario. This is a triple 1-2 instead of a double 1-2. But also here we then expect a bigger wave 3, high volatility, but it's weekend. So something that I do keep an eye on is the bearish scenario, the ABC I mentioned earlier today, and the WXY, which is a double zigzag structure. And in that case, if we look for an impulse locally, because this is where the box comes from that you see on my chart, this second leg up after this drop, arguably can be counted as a wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, second 1, second 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Resistance, daily naked point of control, end of C or Y, and then next week move down. That is your bearish scenario, which the longer you spend sideways here, the more interesting it becomes. For me to really switch probabilities, really bullish, I would need some more levels to be taken and also some more volume to come in. The support resistance area I mentioned is this one here, right? The white box, 59,263. And the value area low is this one here at 61.8. And 63.8 is this high. So take that high and, you know, life, you know, it changes probabilities. But I'm not yet sold on such a multi 1-2 or a diagonal. Now I have seen diagonals where people count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then 3 is very awkward. It's just trying to, yeah, bit like it feels a bit forceful. So for now, I just keep this on the chart, as potentially we then have a second or final impulse here to the upside. So it's just something I keep an eye on for now. Resistance 1. Daily naked point of control, resistance 2, weekly naked point of control up here. So that is what's going on Bitcoin. We did have bearish CVDs here, lower high on price, higher high on the CVD. This one has played out. Okay, so that is where the boxes come from. Okay, so that being said, let's have a look. Okay. So far so good. Fernando, welcome. Good to have you here. Dave, what's up? Like 17 is Dave Digitals. Yeah, cheers, Dave. Kandras, why don't you use oscillators in your strategy? It's just not really something that fits my style. It's a personal preference. Some people will be able to trade amazingly with oscillators, others don't. And for me, it's not really something I enjoy. Oftentimes they're lagging, while CVD for me, right? CVD is not lagging. It's not a lagging indicator. CVD is what happens now. And that is why I like CVD. It's accurate, it's immediate. Right? I have the information I want now. So it's the only indicator I use, and all the other stuff is volume related pretty much. Sometimes. Is that actually how you would pronounce it? Sometimes. Samtai, welcome. Good to have you here. King, welcome guys. Make sure to vote if you haven't yet. I'm going to start the analysis very soon. I just covered Bitcoin shortly and why I have these two boxes on the chart. Yo, Reloads, how you doing? Oh, by the way, for everyone popping in, I made a new channel today in Discord. Just so you know, I will show this in a couple of live streams so people know. If you aren't in Discord, first of all, it's very active and very educational, but I definitely recommend it. There's lots of stuff in Discord that will be to your benefit. But one of the things I've done is made a channel, YouTube Banned Words, so that you understand why I have a banned words list, and also if the word is in the list. So if you write a comment, oh, I see a typo. If you write a comment and it does not appear in the chat here, then it is likely that you have a word in your comment that is in this list. So then you need to put a dot in the word or whatever to write it. Second, in live streams, I cannot see messages that don't come through. But if you comment below a video and the comment doesn't appear, I will be able to see it, because it will get it in my studio, YouTube studio. It will appear in the held for review, and I can accept it. I can say, okay, this comment is fine. Yeah, so just so you know, right? Morning, Reloads. Yo, Cola, been a while, eh? Been a while. How you doing? It sometimes, but it has a joke on Turkish language. Okay, I see. The Turkish language. Sometime. I guess. Wow, there's a lot of votes. Actually, surprised that the top ones have 6. Wow, there's so many votes coming in as well. How many do we have? 33 participants, 114 votes. I guess we're just gonna start and see how far we come. Generally, when I am analyzing the chart, I am relatively quiet, also focused. Why do I have this one? 1 second. Oh, I already have it. So what we're gonna do is put an alarm here and put an alarm here. Okay. And start the analysis. Start with the alts. Okay. I quickly refresh my browser here. I have now quit futures trading, only spot transactions these days. Yeah, you gotta find what suits you, right? You gotta figure out if it's spot and long-term holding, or DCA, or day trading, scalping, swinging. The only way to figure out what works for you is to be active in the market. So it's good that you figured that out. Is it possible to become a WXY from the 1st of July? From the 1st of July? From here? Wait. From here? I mean, if you look for price to move down in WXY, is this a zigzag or more an impulse? Does it have a lot of overlap at the beginning? Yeah. There's something to say about a zigzag. You would need to go in detail in this move down. So either an A, B, C, or WXY. Yes. I mean, yeah. That of course does mean that on a higher time frame, if this is for you an ABC or WXY, you would need to make that work in the bigger context to the downside now. So it needs to fit in the overall move to the downside. Okay, let's start. Altcoin analysis. Oh, they're both still at the top. Let's start with ETH. And I need my pen. Pen. Okay, so start with ETH, and we are minute 28. Okay, let's go. So here we are on Ethereum. Always go to the higher time frame. With the alts, I prefer to analyze the daily, weekly, because I only do altcoin streams once a week, and if I do the 1 hour, then of course by next day it either played out or not. So the weekly is of course most interesting. Now what I find interesting on Ethereum is that we have touched the 886 here, taken from the all-time high to the low, but also more locally, this high here touched the 886, taken from this high to the low. So we have like a double 886 touch. Now, the 886 is important from an Elliott wave point of view. The 886 is rare for 2, common for a wave B or X, increasing probabilities that this move to the downside is corrective, which therefore increases probabilities to still look for all-time highs on Ethereum. To the downside, we have some interesting support here, right? It is the golden pocket, which is the same pool, by the way. So from the high to the low, but after an 886 touch, it is quite common, at least on Bitcoin, for price to move to the golden pocket before potential continuation. So it's just an area to keep an eye on. And we also here have the point of control at 2.6K, right? So that is quite interesting just from a confluence point of view. Now the bullish scenario here on the chart is a double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, continue towards the upside on this chart, looking for eventually a 3 to be in. Of course, there's always the potential for 3, 4, and then eventually 5, right? 5, 4, 5. No. What is a bit awkward on ETH is this structure. And you can see that this structure is smaller than this structure here. So when we count this, Preferably, we are counting this as some sort of a 4, right? 1 and then 2, 3, 4, and then an extended 5th impulse to the upside. Because at the moment, it almost like divides the chart in a 3-wave move instead of a 5-wave move. Now, because of the 886's, probabilities are higher to still move towards the upside locally, right? But this is an interesting structure, and you don't want to lose this structure, right? You don't want to lose this structure and get back inside the range here. That wouldn't be great for Ethereum, but for now, the probabilities remain higher to look for upside. The double 1-2 is or maybe even a triple is of course your most bullish scenario, right? 1 2 1 2 3 4 5, second 1, second 2. No, just having a short little thing. Yeah, you can't also have this as a 1 2 3 4 because of the overlap. So yeah, preferably we count this as some sort of a wave 4 or a wave 2, of course, where you have another 1 2 and another 1 2. But this is just this same as Bitcoin. It's like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's so rare to have like on such a time frame so many 1 2s. Like a double 1 2 is fine, but having like another one and another one and another one, yeah, it's very unlikely unless we eventually just get some proof and a big move up. But it won't really be your first pick. But yeah, probabilities remain higher to look for the highs, but we do have the interesting golden pocket below, in my opinion. We got close, but no cigar. Did we actually take the low here? Yes, we did on my chart. Your bearish scenario would be a finished double zigzag to the upside. So in this case, you then have WXY. There's two things that lowers probabilities for the bears. First of all, in your wave W, you have an ABC zigzag, but your wave C didn't reach the 1-to-1 trend-based sub-extension taken from the low to the high of A to the low of B, which is a common target for C, and not hitting the 1-to-1 is rare. And then the second move up, ABC, right, in wave Y, would explain this range in the middle. But if this then is an impulse to the downside in 1, 2, and we look for a big move down in a wave 3, you hit the 886. And let me show you this as well. So taken from the high to the low, as you can see, we touched not that one. We touched the 886. And again, the 886 is rare for 2, common for B or X. Increasing probabilities, this move down is corrective. And I do prefer, I prefer local price action over the highest time frame. So yeah, we can have an ABC and then 1, 2, and 3, but we touch the 886 for 2, lowers probabilities for 2, increases probabilities for a corrective structure down, not an impulsive structure down, which therefore increases probabilities to still look for these highs and eventually all-time highs on Ethereum. And especially as long as the structure isn't broken to the upside, there's not really a reason to be bearish anyway. No. What is good to see though is that we filled the gap. That is something that we were looking for. Right? The moment over here, candles closed inside this gap, probabilities increased to fill the gap. So that is nice. Mm-hmm. Oh, it also hit the 618. Oh, almost. Just checking. We at least took the low here, but yeah. So this is a zigzag to the upside, right? A very quick A, B, and then a wave is C to the upside here. Another tip is, by the way, that if you pull this, the moment you hit the 618, the probabilities increase to take the low. Because if we're impulsive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you don't want wave 4 to hit the 618, right? So we hit the 618, probabilities immediately increase to look for the lows. But we now took the lows, so let's see what the range gives. I wouldn't mind seeing some support down here. Support, resistance, quite interesting. But yeah, on the weekly time frame, higher for upside. Okay, so I refresh. Link is at the top. Let's have a look at link then. Seems like link has not really done anything since the last time we were analyzing the chart. Link 36 minutes. Okay. Can Elliott wave analysis also be used to analyze the ETH BTC chart, for instance? Or only... I don't think I've ever done the ETH BTC chart, so I would need to have a look. But generally, Ethereum and Bitcoin can be analyzed with Elliott waves, and both work, of course, based on psychology and buying and selling. And both of these charts are reflected in the ETH BTC chart. So arguably, it's based on the mass psychology and mass buying and selling, so it should be possible. Yeah. Okay. So on link, right. So on link, the probabilities remain higher as they were last time because not too much has happened, but remain higher for the bullish scenario. I have two bullish scenarios here. The first one is your 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Arguably a bit more bearish. Short-term bullish, but eventually after 5 more bearish. And this is your common target for 4. This is your invalidation for 4. Or the more bullish scenario, but preferably you drop a little bit further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished. Looking for a bigger move down, corrective structure, into preferably the blue target area. And then move up. Common target is 05786, taken from the low to the high of 1, 10.4, 6.6. In this area, we have this bigger support resistance area, as you can see, so that's interesting, 8.2 to 9.8. And of course, we also have a very big range here, so you can also pull a volume profile of this range. And then you see the value area high is at the 6.6 here, close to the golden pocket. Point of control is just below. So these are also important support areas to the downside, right? Now the reason why the probabilities are higher for the bulls is because of this low and the extension of this move up. If this move up is a bearish structure, it has to be a wave C, right? Highest probability is that this is an impulse. We see a very clear 5-wave structure, right? A very bigger impulsive move to the upside in the middle, also on the highest amount of volume. It shows all the signs of an impulse. And then you have to analyze, is this a wave C, A, or 1, right? A or 1. If this is a wave C, it has to be part of a flat. A, B, 5-wave C, and then continue the trend to the downside. Now that therefore means that let's pull it from the, it doesn't even matter what high I pick because it's all the same result. But that means for a flat, your common target is the 1 to the 1.236, which isn't touched. The 105 is touched. So that decreases the probabilities for a flat. Second, this move to the upside is also quite long. Take a trend-based SIP from the low to the high to the low. Common target for C is the 1.618. Right? A rare target is the 2.618. That's an extension target, right? So that again lowers probabilities because your most common target for a wave C and an expanding flat is between the two 1.618s. Well, between, I mean, it so happens they're exactly at the same level. So yeah, and the 2.618 is an extension target, but you know, it's a lower probability target. So that increases probabilities for a wave A or 1, which in turn increases the probabilities for another move to the upside. Solid move to the upside. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you know, with regards to Link. I'm gonna have a quick look if there's some more support or resistance areas on the chart here. This monthly already touched. This is too low, so that's not interesting. Yeah. This is like this. This is some proper support. Support, no, resistance. Huh? Now, of course, on Link, you do have to watch out a little. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the final area of support from a structural point of view is this range here, right? So currently that's where we are. I mean, below that, and you have this support resistance area. Not too much going on here. So yeah, we're at a little bit of support, but again, in the most bullish scenario, preferably you retrace to the 05786. Probably means Bitcoin would need downside as well. 38205. That's common for 4. Let's have a look. Also very clear 3-wave structure up. I will not be surprised if it rejected at the point of control. 1, 2, 3. No, not bad. So far, the highest amount of volume is in the low. Also, that was the case here as well. WXY. No. The most bullish scenario locally would be 1, 2, 1, 2. A, B, and then your C. A, B, C. Zigzag, zigzag. So in other words, you want to keep the local structure. The moment you hit this low, that's a problem. Quite a long range on the chart here. Not really any retracement to the 382 from, let's see. If this would be another 1, 2, let's have a look. No. I won't be surprised to see a bit more downside on Chainlink before continuation. This is quite a long sideways range, as you can see, so that would indicate wave 4 price action if you are impulsive. And of course you can get 4545, but the fact we have such a range after this push up, it increases some probabilities for a retracement towards the 382s that I just put on the chart. Keep an eye on this low though, right? So on link, probabilities are high to still look for continuation, as the probabilities are higher for this to be an A or 1. So we look for retracement and continuation to the upside. Actually interested to see what fib we have hit locally. Okay, so we actually didn't hit the 1 to the 1.236 area. That's so the 1 to the 1.236 is a common target area for corrective structures, which happens to be in confluence with the support resistance area as well. So 10 to 8.6 is definitely an interesting area on the chart, I'd say. Of course, Bitcoin probably would need to support a move to the downside by moving down itself. One more time, preferably high volume, very scary, and then all the alts go with. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, RJ McFly. Cheers, man. Welcome to the channel as well. Yeah, Madi, make sure to vote. So let's refresh again, see if anything changed. Okay, near dot Jasmy. Okay, let's go to the near chart here. There we go. Oh, what did I say last time about this chart? That's a good question. It's quite a relatively new chart because you don't have too much information, right? Just one move up and one move down. So on charts like this, I don't really like to analyze this move up. If you're bullish, you want to start an impulse from this low up, right? You simply want to see another one and continue, no? So that's what we're going to look at. Yeah, correct, Agent J. So that was, I mean, I woke, as usual, I woke up in the morning and first of all shorted TP, so I was happy. And then I saw the move to the upside and I was like, oh, that's quite interesting for the weekend. And then so I was on my phone and I saw a YouTube comment coming in that said a weekend breakout when Trump got shot, and I was like, wait, what happened? And that's when I figured what actually happened overnight. Yeah, crazy. Okay, near. Let me write the timestamp down. $49. So it's the same thing on near as on link, because we have a big push to the upside, and again you have to ask yourself, okay, what are we looking for here? CA1, because this is such a steep move. It smells impulsivity. No? It smells like an impulse towards the upside at the moment. Looking at the structure though, this range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that doesn't work anymore because of the overlap that we have here. And I remember that when we analyzed this chart, the start is a bit of an issue. So I don't like to go to the lower time frames because there's actually a lot of overlap and messy price action going on the lower time frames here. So I prefer to zoom out and just keep things very simple on the chart as well. Of course, therefore, in your bearish scenario, you have an ABC. No? I mean, that's as simple as it gets. Let's have a look. Yeah, you at least hit the minimum target for a wave C in an ABC, but the common target for C is up here, which we haven't touched, which is also where I have a box because it's interesting resistance. No? But yeah, we have quite a move towards the upside. We have an 886 touch here at the high, taken from the all-time high to the low. 886, there we go again. Higher probabilities. Any move down is corrective and not impulsive. There's no guarantee, it's just probabilities. Let's put the volume on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, can we count this impulsive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's very simplistic, but it doesn't explain the low. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C, T, A, C, A, B, C. Of course, that is your bearish scenario, would be an impulsive move to the downside. If you go below this low, I think you're going to be looking for all-time lows, you know. How extended? Okay, we did hit the 1.618. Yo, Cramo. Yeah, I'll add Neo to the list after doing near here. 1 second. If this is an impulse to the upside, you can see there's a lot of overlap here as well. So you would need to think about diagonals. You see, that's because of the overlap that you have here. It's a bit of a interesting. Okay. Why did I remove this last time? Yo. Okay, there we go. So probabilities are higher on near to still look for upside. This move to the downside looks like a very clear three-wave structure. Down, sideways, down. And if this would be wave B of a flat in an A, B, C, your wave B is very deep. Let me go to the lower here, 4 hour. One, two. Look how three wavy everything is here. 1, 2, 3. 4. Yeah. the 1.618 is touched. I'm just checking for a flat. You know, what's the probabilities of having a flat ABC? Because that would give probabilities to the bears. But this is a very deep B. Hit the 1.618, which is an uncommon target. You hit the 886 as well, taken from the high to the low here. And even, I guess, if you take the higher one, then you just missed out on the 886. Yeah, okay. Then you just missed out. 1212. 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. One more drop into support. For a wave B, again, this is very deep for a wave B, which it does increase probabilities. It's not a wave B. Talking about A, B, and then a C. Increases probabilities for this to be a wave C, wave Y, you know, an ending structure. But that in turn means you have to pull the 886 from the high to this low, which means you also touch the 886, which also reduces probabilities for the bears. Something to say about that. Now this is so far a direct line to the downside, right? It's just down. This was very three-wavy. Did we hit the 0.9, by the way? Can this be a bigger flat? I mean, we just missed out on hitting the 0.9, and that would be a minimum target for a flat wave B. A, B. Okay, there we go. Zigzag. Zigzag with A, B, C, but then this has to be a 5-wave structure. Looks very much like a 3-wave structure, unless we count A, B, and then a wave C to the downside. That is a very short A, by the way, compared to a massive B and then a wave C, so it doesn't really make too much sense. Then we have a flat A, B, C. Didn't hit the 0.9. Invalidates the flat. Triangle A, B, C, D, E. C move below A, which is an invalidation. W, X, Y, W, X, and then a wave Y. W zigzag. Wave Y has to be a flat or a triangle. A, B, C, D, E, and then up, or flat A, B, and then a wave C. In both cases, a continuation of the range. And if we still look for X, W, X, and then we get Y, either triangle or flat. Flat is A, B, C. Then what can this be? It has to be either a flat now, A, B, and then move up for C, or A, B, C, D, E. But then you would expect a flat in Y. Not triangle, triangle. Zigzag, ABC, not allowed. Flat, ABC, upside, W. If this is W, it's zigzag. X, generally zigzag. Y, flat. A, B, C, or triangle. So far, volume is moving down as price is correcting. That is something that you like to see in a corrective structure. So yeah, it definitely looks more like a corrective move. No, can't deny, very three-wavy. In that case, you hit the 886, price moving down, right? But look at the volume moving down as well at the moment. What I would like to see though is actually hitting support. So at the moment, it's just a simple support resistance flip. I mean, of course, there's support there as well, no problem. But we do have some more support here, point of control of this range. But yeah, probabilities here locally would be bullish to still look for the highs, look for resistance. I'd be a bit careful with near though. It's not as clean as a structure as some others. Also because of this big range in the middle, which has to be a wave 4 of some sort, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that case. But look at the overlap here. This range, this range, this range. They all overlap. It's a very awkward start to an impulse to the upside here. So unless we're talking about a couple of 1-2s, but then again, that would be very bullish. And this is your biggest 2, but it is your lowest degree, which of course 1, 2, 1, 2, for example, that's your biggest 2. Again, you want to keep the market structure alive. You don't want to drop below this low. You want to move up. But it's definitely not the cleanest count. But just because on the lower time frames, very 3-wavy structure. Wave B for a flat hit the 1.618, and even the wick went deeper, so it lowers probabilities for a flat. Increases probabilities for a 3-wave down. Then you take a fib from the high to the low, 886 touch, increasing probabilities to take the high as well. So yeah, that is the conclusion on near. We hit support resistance, very simplistic, right? And we do still have a point of control down here. So yeah, it's not the cleanest, but it works. Okay. Dot. Yeah, so the multi 1-2, I just spoke about it. You have a lot of overlap in the beginning, but for every wave 2, you also want the wave 4, and that's a bit of an issue. It's very sharp, like you have a lot of those ranges, like at the beginning, right? Up, range, up, range, up, range. And then you have one bigger move up, and then you started that first bigger range. But what wave 4 is it? So it's an interesting impulse. What's up, Dave? Dave, what's up, Mark? Dave as well, of course. But Mark, how you doing? Dave has been here for a while already. Where were we? Sure, you sport. Thanks for sharing as well. Can I add Neo to the list? Interesting. It's not in the list. Okay, let me add it. Gonna add it first in my private list here. Neo. Okay, dot just now had more, so I will first do a dot. I wonder how much love does dot have nowadays. Oh boy. Oh wow. We're literally still between support and resistance. That's nice. Point of control is the red line. Support, support, support. The moment we close the weekly below, probabilities are higher to move down. We had this support resistance area on the chart for a while, and it's nice that it is respected. This is what we like to see. And now we find resistance. Now I like to be very simplistic with dot. Your bullish scenario is, of course, an impulse, right? So we need to wait and see if we get some signs of strength, which starts with moving above this point of control, right? You want to close a weekly candle back inside this range above 641. Would be a minimum, no? And that is traditional analysis, of course. Yeah. Lol. Imagine making a video. This chart will say dot at $500. That's that. Hey Mark, 100k subs, remember? Farm the clicks. Okay, yeah. I mean, look, dot is very simplistic. It's the same as on other charts. We have a move to the upside here, right? Clearly changed some market structure. We took the previous high. What's up, Andrew? Your bearish scenario is quite simply 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Right? That's simple bearish scenario. But in that case, even if you're bearish, you only hit the 382, and yeah, so probabilities are higher to move up, both in a bullish and bearish scenario, really. If you're bearish and look for a bigger impulse down and dot going to absolute zero, then you only hit the 382, but the 382 here is touched before the 382 fib time, taken from the start to the end of this move. So if this would be 535 going to zero, you would preferably still move to the upside first, move to this range here, confluence with the golden pocket. No? Yeah, we have some great resistance there as well. And in the bullish scenario, you look for continuation to the upside, 1 2, and on you go. So in other words, the probabilities are also higher on dot to look up, but you don't want to, it wouldn't be great to lose this support box here. Only the 786 has a value area low, but the moment you hit the 886, yeah, it's a high probability to move to the low, and then you have this low, and then you have dot at zero. No. So yeah, you can only allow a wick here, wick, close above and move above, but probabilities are so far, they remain higher to look for a bounce. But because of course the big move down and we have a double bottom here, show me signs of strength. Right, so we are hugging the point of control. We didn't flip the point of control. We didn't close a weekly candle above the point of control. Looks like this week is not gonna happen as well, right? Now this would be step one, no? So yeah, we have a nice reaction, but then what? No, so nothing to show for it yet. The probabilities were higher for this move to be corrective, also because of price touching the 618, right? 618 touch. So 1 2 3 4 5, that would be your scenario, but then your 4 hit the 618 if your 2 ends here, unless you take a fib from here. In that case, you have 1 2 1 2 3 4 extended 5 4 5. That would be your most bearish count, and then we did not hit the 618. One, two, there's lots of overlap here as well. We have overlap here. Very high retracement. So we can't count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unless we think about diagonals, but that's an expanding diagonal, which is very rare, never preferred. So yeah, probabilities would be higher for corrective structure down and for a move up to take the high, but you want to see support or resistance flipped into support, no? So yeah, that's pretty much it for DOT now. Oh damn, I forgot to write down when I started with DOT. What's the time? We are live for 1 hour 11, so I guess we started at about 1 hour, like what, 02? Okay. I used the wrong, oh, wait. Oh, wait, is that why it is the, 1 second here. Oh, I have the wrong stamp. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm such a noob. I only changed it in my OBS and I changed the title. Oh, nice. Everyone coming in expecting Bitcoin and then, oh shit, he's doing random alts. I changed it. Thanks for letting me know. Wow, such a professional YouTuber. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna check the lower time frame in a second. Yeah, let's have a look. Very quick move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arguably an impulsive structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then your 4 overlapped with your 2. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reducing the probabilities, of course, of an impulse unless you think diagonal. But it's an expanding diagonal. Very rare. Never preferred. Yeah, won't be surprised. It is nicely respected though. Look at the respect of the golden pocket here as well. That's beautiful. But yeah, I just like to keep it simple. We hit support, cool. And now show me strength, right? Show me you want to move up. We can still fill this wick, of course, as well. No problem, right? If we don't get at least back inside this range and close a weekly candle over here, yeah, sure. Fill the wick, right? Second retest, and then go. Yeah, no problem. No problem. No problem, no problem. So value area low is here as well, also touched. So I like to keep it very simple. Easy point of control on the chart. On a weekly time frame, you can see it's a very, very respected level. So yeah, show me, right? Thank you, Reload. To make name tags. Yeah. Not sure if this will stop. Probably not, because it's an industry problem. Every community, every YouTuber, every Discord chat has that problem. Unfortunately. It's not on the list. Give us a receipt to pay. Cheers, boys. Generally, on new coins, Elliott waves is, yeah, you don't have a lot of information. Nick, how you doing? WRX, is that not in the list? Nope. Let me add it in my list and then add it here as well. WRX. So let's do a quick refresh to see which one is top. Okay, we're gonna do GALA next. I'll just quickly add. GALA. I don't even remember me analyzing this. Maybe I've never done it. That's interesting. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Where's my G? No, I don't have it. Okay, what chart do we need? Binance, I suppose. Guys, you can't be serious. Is this it? Is this the chart? Oh no. Voice of Pi. Yeah, Voice of Pi. It's at the beginning of the stream. I made sure to do it at the beginning. I guess we go with Binance. Oh boy. Man, I can't deny I'm tired. I don't know why. I literally don't know why, man. After the live stream earlier today, I think an hour after or something, like I just became a bag of potatoes, yo. Oh, I'm yawning all the time, trying to hide it. Lol. Ooh. Mover. I will check adding some others again after checking GALA here. So, okay, here we are on a GALA. Doesn't look like a very good chart, does it? Like there's not much to analyze on these type of charts, eh? We just have a three-wave move to the upside, and we took the low. So when you look for an impulsive structure up, there's three structures you have to keep in mind. Impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no overlap allowed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We never got a 4 and a 5. A double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 up, invalidated. We took the low. Or a diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it is very early to start talking about diagonals, no? Because preferably you start talking about diagonals when a wave 4 is in. So in other words, it's not looking too great on a GALA here. Not gonna lie. The only your only bullish scenario is that you have a big flat here. It went so high, 1.618. So you would need impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlap, by the way. Impulse A, B, a C, which has to be an impulsive structure, by the way. So you would need 1, 2, 1, 2, probably, because we have overlap here. So we can't count an impulse. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Likely one more low. Minimum. No, because holy shit, is this an ugly coin? There's so many better ones. How do people vote for GALA? So we are at the 786. That one. Let's see. So I'm going to do some quick traditional analysis to look for areas of support and resistance. Okay. I'll get to the chat in a second. So with regards to the support resistance areas here on the chart, we are at the arguably final support area here. We have the 2 weeklies where we are right now, closed the previous week on top of this weekly level. And the second one is probably going to close above that level as well. Now, this is a really dangerous chart. There is literally zero sign of strength. On the high time frame, big downtrend, locally, big 3-wave structure to the upside. The bullish scenario would be a flat where you want to count A, B, C and not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a bigger A, B, C. That would be a problem. So easy bullish bearish scenario. But for a flat, if this is your A, this is your B, and this is your C, okay, that's still okay. Your wave B is very high. So it doesn't really help with the flat scenario for A, B, C. So far, we have just been moving down, right? It's just down, 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 down. So a minimum sign of strength is to break this structure, move above the previous range, right? No financial advice, but why would you long into something like this? Like to get the perfect like P&L picture and be like, I catch the bottom? Not me, you know. Give me a high probability setup. At the moment, there's no high probability Elliott wave stuff going on here for the bulls. And as a bare minimum, we need to see a break of structure. This is very ugly. So we now took the low. So a flat ABC has the minimum target is taking the low, which it has done. Okay, 3 times, pretty much 3 times longer now. So time-wise, if this is 1, 2, 3, time-wise still okay. Flat, very, very big B, and then a C down, right? It looks better as a 3-wave structure. Let's see, what is the extension here? Also hit the you also hit the 1 to the 1.236, which is a common target for a wave C or a wave Y, which is also a corrective structure. So yeah, GALA is just, it's not looking great. There is absolutely zero interest for me in GALA. You need at least to change structure, minimum. And if you move above this, then okay, maybe we look for price. But I'll be very passive with this one. So not good. Also from an Elliott wave point of view, as explained. So you have one bullish scenario, which is the flat. The rest is ugly. And you need to at least see signs of strength. Right? You need to wait. No financial advice, of course, but move above this range here. See some local impulsive structures to the upside on a 1-hour time frame. you know, flip some support into resistance. This, of course, is very big resistance, right? There's a lot of volume in this range as well. So, yeah, not a great chart. Yeah, it's all about votes. So stop voting and I'll stop analyzing. Okay, Jasmy. Wait. Oh, there. Okay. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. No, I only had one folder, which was bull. Okay, so price moving down, volume moving down as well. It's generally something that corrective structures like to do. Can't count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the most bearish case, it's 1, 2, 1, 2. If you move up and touch the 618 at 0.02690, you invalidate a wave 4, increasing probabilities for upside. Yeah, I mean, it looks like quite a clean impulse, right? High amount of volume in your 3, 4, 5. But because of the start, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, preferably we have another wave 4 here, right? From an Elliott wave point of view, which also is the highest probability scenario. Now, this is a great example of the wave 4 of a lower degree. So in this case, you have one more. Of course, by the way, your most bullish scenario is a double 1, 2. Let that be clear. This is your bearish bullish scenario. So once you know, if price takes the high on Jasmy, you just need to observe what price does after and wait for a range to form. Because again, your most bullish scenario is 1, 2, 1, 2, you know. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, highest volume in 3, sideways range, right? Sideways complex, short and deep, rule of alternation. And then we prefer to see another 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Wave 4 of a higher degree tends to retrace to the price action of wave 4 of a lower degree, often towards its termination point of a lower degree, right? So the range is interesting. Look for signs of strength locally and up for 5, which is your bearish bullish scenario, because again, a double 1, 2 would be your more bullish scenario. So yeah. Moving to the lower end of this range is no problem, but you don't want to close candles here, right? Because that's going to be a problem, because you do not have any support. This is a very big gap, right? Gaps for the first time can act as support. That is no problem, right? You're still in wave 4 price action here, even if you would take the lows, but you don't want to close candles here. That would be bearish. So bullish until that happens. Yeah. The ones that I skip, by the way, are ones that we have already done during the live stream. In case you joined late, we have done Ethereum, Link, Near, Dot, Gala, and Jasmy. $886. So to the downside, so it's a little bit the same as on Jasmy, where we clearly have an impulsive structure up, right? It's a sharp move. Clear, of course, your bearish scenario would then be A, B, C. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C, finished, impulse to the downside, no? Bullish scenario is an impulse, 1, 2, 1, 2, look for 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? So 2 more pushes up preferably here. And because we are looking at a wave 4, we have to keep an eye on the wave 4 of a lower degree, which has the price action of the white box. That is your support area and your area of interest, and that is your area to look for signs of strength locally, and then potential, of course, swings. We interestingly didn't yet hit the 0.236. So you can see here the lows did not touch the 0.236, which generally for a wave 4 is a minimum target. We have a point of control here at 100, which is interesting. We have a point of control or an order block here, weekly order block as well. So seeing price moving down just a little bit more to move into that support would be very interesting indeed. Now this move to the upside, of course, is not an impulsive structure, very clearly a 3-wave move towards the upside. Did we take the low? No, we didn't take the low, but we cannot count 1, 2, 3. So if we think about a bullish structure, you need to end the range eventually. If this would be your low, you need to end the range here, so you need to have a count that finishes the range at that low. Also here we touched the 886, I think, no? Or not, we just missed out. No, we did hit it, yeah. We also touched the 886 here, so it does increase probabilities again for anything coming after being corrective, not impulsive. How's Bitcoin doing, by the way? Okay. Bearish scenario. Zigzag, zigzag, a flat in Y. bullish scenarios, of course, continuation, but it doesn't change the higher time frame count. 1, 2. So you can see we have a bit of a range here, a grind to the downside, and then followed by a big move. Highest amount of volume in the low, short range, final move took the low. We can't count this A, B, C because of the three-wave structure here. So not A, B, C. The only option would then be WXY, WXY, but your W has to be a flat in that case, which it isn't. So that makes me think there is the potential of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, right? But if this is the end of B and this is C, then your C didn't take the low of A. So then you're thinking about, okay, W, X, flatten Y, move down, take the lows. Move to 100, find support, hit the most common target area for your wave 4 as well, and move towards the upside. So on the weekly time frame, probabilities are higher to look for upside on Solana. But locally, I'd like to, I would, it would be nice from an Elliott wave point of view to actually still take that low here. But that would mean that Bitcoin needs to move down as well, right? So on a week, we're talking weekly, daily time frames, of course. So then we want one of the two bearish scenarios, or the bearish scenarios shared earlier. Yes, absolutely, RP. I'll put them in the list. I can imagine some people are interested in that as well. I have never actually done a stock stream specifically for stocks. Can be interesting sometime. Okay. Man, why am I adding all of the alts on my list only after I analyze them? For the timestamps. 132, I think it was 132. Oh, let me add a few, because there were a few that were asked. Yeah, it's all about voting, so lekker, another South African. Andrew, can I suggest some traditional stocks for the list? Tesla, yeah, sure. Let me put them in the list. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, if you enjoy so far, hit it. Done. What the hell is this? I think we have done that once before. Yeah. ABC, EFG, HJK, LMNOP, Clear, ICP. What do I have here? Confluences. Oh. We like bounces at support. Yeah. Yeah, I can do stocks as well, of course. I don't know, maybe one day I have to change the name of the stream. Any coin, stock, whatever chart, it doesn't really matter for me. I just do everything. How beautiful is technical analysis sometimes? Isn't that amazing? Nice. Yeah, beautiful. So, okay, anyway. Okay. So far, so good. If price can move up and hit the 618, which is pretty much the low of this range, that's when it really increases probabilities for a three-wave structure, right? And take the high. But zooming out to the weekly, the probabilities remain higher here on ICP to still look for the high. And the reason is quite similar to, I believe it was Link, where you have a clear... Sorry, cough. You have a clear impulse to the upside here. And you got to think, is this a C, A, or 1? Probabilities are higher, it's a A or a 1, because for a flat, you then need to do this and this. Common target for B in an expanding flat is the 1.236 to the 1.38, which isn't touched, right? So higher probability for A1. But in that case, you're going to be looking for a minimal 3 structure, if not an impulsive structure on ICP. So, yeah, there you go. ICP. We're at support, golden pocket, value area low, still have an order block down here at 4.6 as well. So yeah, we are now reaching interesting areas, no? Support blue line held nicely, simple support resistance area in confluence with your target box. What to say? Yes, correct hack. Insane, huh? Nice new function. Mod's happy. Matic. Oh, some nice drawing on the chart, Kun. One of my scribbles. Okay, we're at support still. It's interesting, right? Like November 2023, I think, was the low on Bitcoin, no? So that is when Matic was here. It moved up. And then after that, it's just nowhere to be seen. How interesting is that? Of course, most people then put their Bitcoin pumping, money goes out of the alts into Bitcoin. So it's just a wait for altcoin season, no? But yeah, impulse to the upside. What we can see is this is clearly a very sideways structure. Also, very long sideways structure by now, no? Yeah, 4 or 5. So yeah, it's a long sideways structure already. which does increase the probabilities of continuation to the upside. If you really want MATIC to go down here, then holy moly, Bitcoin needs to do something really weird, no? Yeah, we're at support now, and this, I think this is the scenario that I kept an eye on. I don't recall why I didn't just put it on the chart with the with the normal tools. I think I was brainstorming and then I just wrote everything down, as I tend to do. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? In an A or 1, A, B, C, A, B, C. So flat, zigzag, zigzag in Y, not take the low, that's your invalidation, and up. That's your bullish scenario. And in that case, this is your invalidation. And you currently are at the 786, which is still a common target for a wave B or 2. The 886 is rare for 2, common still for B, but if you hit the 886, low probabilities for a wave 1, 2, continuation up in 3. Yeah, we are still at support here as well. Would be actually nice to see a change of structure here as well, no? Let's see. Yeah, so far it's just lower highs, lower lows. Low, 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 low? Question. So again, we are at support. We have a bullish scenario. You need to look for signs of strength now. And the first one is to change the structure, minimum. Or in other words, you now want to get back in the range. Now you're now literally support resistance flipping here. So you want to close, let's say you actually want to close a weekly candle above this range here, right? That's step 1. Close above here, which is what are we talking about? 0.57. And if this is an impulse down, it's quite a big range in the middle. So it definitely has a zigzag feeling to it. But yeah. Change the market structure and get back in the range. Probabilities increase for price to move up. On a weekly time frame though, right, on MATIC as well, the probabilities remain higher to look for upside and take the all-time high. It's a very sideways structure, not a very clear impulsive structure. In a wave 1, very short 2, and then boom down, right? You don't want to get inside this gap, of course. That would be bearish. Yep. Yeah, of course you do have still the bigger support area on the macro. So you have the 382, 404. Most bullish is a double 1-2, of course, 1-2-1-2, boom. But I don't really like to be so bullish, you know. But yeah, you want this range to hold, which is between 0.21 and 0.46. That's your most important area on the macro. So of course, if you move below here, that's gonna start to become an issue, right? So you have quite a big area of support. But so far we have a 3-wave structure down. So if you can get a bit of strength locally, would be positive, no? A, B, C, D. Yeah, you can't have a triangle anymore. Your most bearish scenario is A, B, C. preferably you still then move up, right? So you have A, W, X, Y, B, C, up. Right, take the liquidity as a high at the high of the range. I'm so tired. Take the liquidity at the highs of the range, and then go down. That would be a good bearish scenario. Your most bearish is an impulse 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 down, but that would mean you need a finished three-wave structure here, and an A, B, C, and your wave C leg is short, only hit the 0.618, which is a rare target. So it would look better to have a flat in here, but if you have a flat here, you immediately have to think about WXY in this case. So yeah. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. Holy moly, 9. I think we're almost gonna finish, guys. Ooh, I get so tired. Target for Y. And then WXY, so that is pretty much where you are right now. 1 to the 1.236, 0.4860 to 0.3859. Yep. Nice. Yeah, I mean, what to say quite clearly, your bullish scenario is what I have on the chart. What happened to my box? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corrective structure, common target for 2 on top of your support. Highest volume in the low, which is interesting. So yeah, probabilities are highest for the bulls until proven otherwise. We have a structure up. We can clearly count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 as an impulse in here. Three-wave structure to the downside, hit the area of support. Interesting to look for upside, no? So yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day, guys. The only thing I will quickly do in respect of one person here that is always here, always, I swear always, is I have a quick look at the Nifty50. Oh, this is easy. Okay, you want the analysis on the Nifty50 upside till you have a bigger range. There you go. That's your that's your analysis. I don't even know which chart I really need. But yeah, Nifty 50 is no different than some of the other charts. You're pushing to the upside at the moment, right? Higher, 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 higher. It's simple. There's no, this is too high for any flat structures in an A, B, C. So you're impulsive, highest probability. And in that case, what you're going to be looking for is sideways ranges to form. So in other words, upside till you get a bigger sideways range. And then probably you're going to be talking about still 4, 5. So yeah, that's your Nifty 50. That's an easy one. Okay. Oh, Bitcoin moving a bit again. Well, yes, agree. When in price discovery, it's best to just let things roll, you know, just let it go. So a Nifty Kumar. So Anil Kumar, there you go. Like guys, I swear, for months he's been asking, "Okay, please do the Nifty," and it's never been voted highest because there's not many people from India, I suppose. But I mean, it's a very short analysis. It's very easy. Nifty 50. So at least we've done that as well. Wow. Volatility. Nice. So there's no bullish divergences at the moment. There's also no bearish divergences at the moment. So it's very neutral in the current range here. Okay, everyone. If you joined late, I will put the timestamps in the live stream. But what we have done is Ethereum, link near .gala jasmy sol ICP MATIC SUI or SUI and the Nifty 50 to end it. Okay, so another great altcoin stream. Thanks everyone for voting. I'm so tired. I don't know, man. And so we're also now cleaning the house, or cleaning meaning throwing stuff away because we're moving at the end of the month. So all the you only really know how much shit you actually have when you move to another place, right? That's when you open the closets and you're like, whoa. Did I have this? Did I have that? Why did I keep this? Why, So, holy shit. So yeah, we're working on it. So I will continue doing that for a couple of hours. Do some sports probably, and then tonight will be a Bitcoin update. Right? Let's see what price is gonna give locally. Trade safe. Interesting weekend, of course, with everything that has happened. On the chart, I think the daily naked point of control is very interesting. So I'll definitely be observing what price does there if it can hit. So yeah, very, very nice. Okay. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for voting. And tonight another Bitcoin update. And tomorrow should be a live stream. Double check. Yes, so tonight or tomorrow is another day, another live stream. So thanks everyone. Gonna catch you at the next one.